Hello and howdy. Here for Vinyl Update. A couple weeks behind, but it's like that. Doesn't matter, does it? I'm here now. So starting off here, I got some CDs that I've ordered since we've been cooped up here. A little bit less than before, but in either way, I've been ordering like a madman. Electric Prunes original album series. It's their first 5 releases. And the first 2 are very psychedelic. The last 3 are very unusual and strange. And I haven't decided if that's in a good way or not. I have the third one here on vinyl. A couple of them seem like they're very spiritual, very gospel oriented. And then the other one is sort of like a soundscape type. I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, the first 2 were essential, and that was cheap. So Lucifer's second release, Lucifer 2. I have their first and their third. This one came from England, so it took a while to get here. But it's worth the wait. If you like doom stoner metal, you'd like Lucifer. Neutral Milk Hotel on Avery Island. This is their, I want to say first release, but it might be their second one. This is an indie band, sort of experimental at times. Very good vocalist, very good lyrics. This is one of those bands you listen to and you have to listen to them again. The Dead Kennedys, this is, I think, out of print compilation. Greatest hits, in quotations. Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death. It's got all their familiar songs on it. It's got quite a few that I didn't have already on vinyl or CD. So it was worth getting. It says DK's Greatest Hits retrospective with 32 page booklet. So the Dead Kennedys, how can you go wrong? This one I found at Goodwill recently. Halloween Hootenanny. This is Rob Zombie's compilation of from Zombie A Go-Go Records. And that has a lot of different bands on it doing Halloween sort of themed songs. Zachary is on here doing, Zachary does like 3 tracks on here. Then you have the Ghastly Ones and the Bomboras, Satan's Pilgrims. Of course, Rob Zombie. Very good compilation and at a thrift store of all places. Moving on here to the vinyl. One thing I want to show you before I go to the 12-inch. This one I ordered recently. I got in the mail a couple days ago. I didn't know that when I ordered it, it was a 7-inch, which is totally fine because it's just cool enough that it doesn't matter. Come from Hell's Headbangers, one of my favorite distribution of vinyl. This is spooky. It's a split picture disc with Acid Witch on this side and Nun Slaughter on that side. I don't know if you can see the picture there. And there's the other side. 2 songs per side. And then it came with this insert. There's Acid Witch and Nun Slaughter on that side. It's definitely metal. It's weird metal. Actually, if there is a genre called weird metal, that would be it. The lyrics are really, now I'm more familiar with Acid Witch than I am Nun Slaughter, although I do have 1 or 2 of their releases. Acid Witch is a Halloween themed band, more or less. And I mean, how can you go wrong with that? So yeah, someone had posted this on Instagram and said something about, you have to go over and get it, otherwise they're going to sell out if you want to get one. So I went over there right then and was lucky enough to get one of these. So yeah, Acid Witch, Nun Slaughter. On to the 12-inch vinyl as I move around here. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Oh, that's better for the moment. First thing I got here is we did a recent record shopping trip after they had lifted some of the bands to go out. Much overdue record shopping. The first thing I picked up was Mutantes. Some albums called Os Mutantes. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Anyway, it's a Brazilian psychedelic rock band, sort of experimental. There they are on the back, looking like aliens. This is just black vinyl and polydor. This is a really good band. First time I'd heard of this band was some posts of pictures that was in the Cool and Strange Music magazine. And these have been reissued recently, so I was really not only surprised that they reissued them, but surprised that I could find one without paying an arm and a leg. So yeah, I was glad to get that. We were looking through the used records on one side of the store, and I just got in my mind, hey, I wonder if they got this. So before we left, I wanted to go look for it, and they had it. Count 5, Psychotic Reaction. We were at Everybody's Records, so of course they had it, because they have everything all the time. It's just black vinyl, a white label there. But yeah, Count 5, Psychotic Reaction. It's garage rock, and I guess that song specifically, or the band maybe in general, was one of the Cramps' favorites. So that'd be enough reason for me to get it alone. But I did listen to the album, and it's really good. This one, I was looking through the soundtracks and found it, and about fell over. Once again, a Greta Van Fleet, what do you call it, reference. They have a video they did on a, I don't know what the record store was. Anyways, a vinyl shopping spree video on YouTube. And Josh, the lead singer, is looking around and he goes, I wonder if they have any Timothy Leary records. And that got me thinking about Timothy Leary. And sure enough, original soundtrack to Tune In, Turn On, Drop Out. Turn On, Tune In, Drop Out. I said that backwards. And this is on black and white splatter vinyl. It's very strange and experimental because if you know anything about Timothy Leary, you'd know that it would be. So yeah, I was so excited to get that. I don't know how many releases he's done on vinyl. Of course, this is a recent one. This one's limited to 400 copies on Mercury, so Timothy Leary. This one was a band that I didn't have anything by, but I think one of the members passed away recently. This is the Pretty Things. I think this is their first album on Norton Records, quite prestigious record label, releasing cool stuff. And then there's the gatefold with quite extensive liner notes, and it's just black vinyl with a white sleeve. Norton Records. I listened to this and it's really good actually. I'd like to get some of their other stuff. I don't know how many albums that they put out, but this has Roadrunner on. I don't know if they were the original ones to do that or not. I want to say that they might be. So yeah, check out Norton Records if you're not familiar with them. They have a lot of cool stuff. This is a used record, and they held this one back for me. Reform School Girls soundtrack. This one has Wendy O. Williams on it, and there she is on the back. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen the movie, it's really... This is on Rhino. Really cool movie, especially if you like Wendy O. Williams. And it's got other people on here. It's got Etta James, of all people, Girls' School, The Screaming Sirens, and Girls' Night Out, along with 3 or 4 tracks from Wendy O. Williams. So yeah, Wendy O. Williams gone too soon. But, you know, it's a great movie. This one, too, was something, an original. Alice Cooper Dada. This has been recently reissued. This is a original. This was, I think, one of the few, if maybe not the only, Alice Cooper that I didn't have as far as the period from the beginning up until Constrictor, which it came out in '86. There's only one other one I'd like to have after Constrictor, and then I'll have all of them that I want, because after that I sort of lose interest. I don't know why, because I'm not real familiar with anything after that, and I don't really, doesn't do much for me. But anyway, this next record I want to show is a record that I'll probably never get an original, but this one is just as good. As far as I'm concerned, it's just as good because I had to have it. The more I heard about it, the more I had to have it. The Beatles, Yesterday and Today. This is a bootleg copy. It's not much different than the original. It's on Capitol, except it's colored vinyl. Sort of a pinkish, sort of like it looks like a Jolly Rancher. Sort of the color of a Jolly Rancher. So yeah, I was really wanting to get this, and I have an original that was my mom's, that is the one with the this picture underneath and the alternate trunk cover pasted over it, and I want to peel that really bad, but I've heard that it's better to not peel those if you have an original, to just leave it. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is and not peel it. So yeah, there's that, Beatles. And then this one I found the same day. It's like, this one's really crazy. This is the Rolling Stones, Jah Is Not Dead. This is a bootleg too, I imagine. Never seen this one. It's very strange. So this one is similar, not just by the cover, but it's the texture of it is similar to the original. And there's the label. There's a cat on one side and the same cat a little bit. This is black vinyl. But I've seen that and it's like, oh yeah, I have to get that. Because I've been on a Beatles Rolling Stones kick for a while. I don't know why that is. But this has, let's see, it has, these are a lot of outtakes on here. They have outtakes from Voodoo Lounge, Some Girls, Emotional Rescue, Electric Ladyland, and the 40 Greatest Licks tour. So yeah, these are all outtakes. There's a song in here with Eric Clapton. So yeah, that was a cool find to go with the Beatles. Then this one's Barnes & Barnes, just called 6. How could you not want this one? Barnes & Barnes is cool. This is also on Rhino. And this one, I know a few songs on this one. Love Button, Pizza Face, Pussy Whipped. Yeah. Barnes & Barnes. Reissued some of their stuff recently. This is another Barnes & Barnes. This one's called Spaz Chow, I think is how you pronounce that. Never seen this record before. This is also on Rhino. There's the lyrics. Black vinyl. If you're not familiar with them, they play them on Dr. Demento. That's the first place that probably anyone would have heard them. This song, this song specifically, this is the picture disc of Fish Heads. And there's the picture disc. There's the other side. I mean, that's the craziest thing ever. It's got, on side 1 is Work the Meat and Party in My Pants, and the other side, it's Fish Heads, I said, Had Sex on TV, and Swallow My Love. So yeah, maxi single, Fish Heads. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. And then this is a reissue by the Cramps, Stay Sick. I wanted to pick this album up for a while, and there it is. Been trying to get all their stuff, and this is just black vinyl. A lot of their stuff has been reissued on colored vinyl, but I don't know. There must have been different times where they've reissued their stuff, and I think the last go around was all on colored vinyl. So this might have been an earlier one. Now I don't know that for sure. That's just me speculating. And then this one too. Look Mom, No Head. This was close to being their, this isn't their last album, but it's getting there. There's the insert. looking all spiffy there. And then this one, yeah, this one is colored vinyl. It's like a cherry red. You know, you'd say that. It's almost cherry red. It's the Cramps. So they didn't do a bad release. You know, all of their stuff is equally good. I'll do that later. And I've been wanting to pick up some of the White Stripes music ever since. I mean, I have the CDs, but all of it's on vinyl now. So I thought, okay, every time I go record shopping, I want to buy at least one until I get them all. This is one I decided to start with, Get Behind Me, Satan, just because it's a double album, and I don't think this one's been out on vinyl for too long. And it's a gatefold, but I'm not going to take the shrink off. There's the insert. Like I said, it's a double album. It's just black vinyl. But yeah, the White Stripes, how can you not like that? How can you not like them? I'm sure that there's people out there that don't care for them, which that's fine. Can't like everything, I suppose, like I do. But I actually like the White Stripes better than Jack White's solo material. I do like his solo material. I have his first 2 solo albums. Actually, I think I have the acoustic set too on CD. So yeah, Get Behind Me, Satan. This has Blue Orchid on it, which was a single, I think. Yeah, first time commercially available on black vinyl, the White Stripes. Then this one here, I've seen numerous times on bad album covers for years. Johnny Walker's Dynamite. This guy played on the show Good Times. If you've never seen the show, it's really one of those cool sitcoms from the 70s. And he was a stand-up comedian before that. It's on Buddha Records. So yeah, Dynamite. And the last one I got here, also on a lot of weird album covers things. Franklin J. Don't Smoke Dope, Fry Your Hair. And I want to say that I might have possibly had this record, but I don't think I do, because it looks familiar because I've seen it online forever, but that might be the only reason. It's on Little David Records. And for $3.99, I mean, why wouldn't I just go ahead and get it anyway, just to make sure, because it's just weird enough that, you know, it's one of those things. Am I the only one that collects weird records or albums that just has weird record covers? I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I guess it's not like what everybody does. So, as my legs go to sleep, thanks for watching and subscribing. Please subscribe if you're not currently a subscriber to my channel of weirdness. Also go to Facebook and like my page that goes with this channel, Hernando's Vinyl Hideaway. Trying to think and say something at the same time doesn't always work. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone's hanging in there, and pretty soon we'll get to be free again, at least 100% free, as opposed to being charged by the hour. See ya.